Watch me ride.
Hey everybody, well this is where I live. It's a lovely little island. It's called Hayling Island. And about 8 years ago, I stood here and said that for the first time. That was my first video I said about how I was living here. And then I got on my bike, which I had to bump start, and it was terribly recording all of this stuff. But it's on days like today that I have to remind myself of where I've come from and what I've done and what I've achieved, because it's difficult, it's hard work. Now, I know there's a lot of people talking about YouTuber burnout, and I'm not talking about that. My problems with this sort of stuff has existed way before YouTube. YouTube is kind of part of my medicine to fix myself, to believe in myself enough that I could support myself. And this morning I woke up feeling hugely anxious, like almost on the verge of feeling like I was going to have a panic attack, which is not something that's happened to me for a long time. You see, anxiety and depression is really, it's really difficult to deal with, but I've kind of taught myself a way to deal with it and how to deal with days like the one how it started this morning. I woke up, I was so anxious, it felt, imagine how you'd feel with like a bear in the room. Just wake up instantly feeling like that. And every single problem that you have is just going round and round in your head, and the world feels like it's closing in on you, and everything just starts to get a bit too much. It's called anxiety, okay? It's a mental health problem. It comes with so many different things. I know why I'm getting anxious at the moment. I'm getting anxious because for a while now things have not been going quite so well with the channel. Not sort of like what I'm producing or anything like that. I'm happy with that. YouTube isn't showing my videos to many people. That money's dropping because less people see my videos, less people support me, what I will call my PayPalpians, because I don't use Patreon, but I have PayPal. There are a few people who keep supporting me through all of this, and thank you, I really appreciate it. Those little bits add together and really help. I don't like the fact that I have to a point, survive on people paying me money for videos. I don't like that. But it became a necessity a while ago because I tried to go my own route, and it didn't go well. And then I started out the Meltworks, and this is going great, but sales have dropped a bit, but that's quite normal. I have to diversify, and when you diversify, you make new things, create new interest. You have to learn, and you have to spend money, and you have to make mistakes before you can start making money. So you have to make so much money before you actually make anything, if you see what I mean. So when your cash reserves are very low, when you're like, right, I've got to buy that, that, and that, this is this much, Jesus, I hope this pays off. The anxiety of all of it can really, really get to you. Now, the big spanner in the works, pun intended, is my back. Now, I'm going to see the physio in a couple of days' time, and I know once I've got more information from them, I'll feel happier, that at least I know what's going on. You know, I still have questions over things which the doctor just didn't give me answers on. And making clocks at the moment is excruciatingly painful because of the way I have to work my leg. It's not the low side, so I use a seat, but it's because I'm sitting. I'm going to try and work some way of doing it, I have to. But anyway, sorry, I have to set the background because if I don't explain, you won't know, if you don't know me, what this is all about. I have some problems in my head that I worry about that I know aren't realistic. That is a lot of what depression and anxiety will do to you. You lose perspective and you start worrying about stuff you normally wouldn't worry about. It's a very small part of it. Where you have real problems is when you have real problems and then you worry about those, and it's very difficult to talk your brain out of worrying about these problems when you know they're real problems. But opposed to using that pressure as a driving force to be like, no, we've got to hustle, we've got to do this, which is what's got me everywhere I've ever got in life. Every time the shit hit the fan, I put my foot down and managed to do something about it. But how you get yourself quickly out of that mindset on the day that it's going on, you wake up, you feel terrible, it's like, no, I have to get my brain straight, I have to do this. What I do is I envisage my depression and my anxiety and that voice that just says, you know, that has all that doubt in it, that tells me everything's going to go wrong, that tells me I'm going to be homeless, that all these terrible things are going to happen. And you see it as a person, and then you imagine what you would say to that person. Just like, F you, you pessimistic little you useless. I probably got this video demonetised. But that's what I do, and I envisage it as a separate entity. It's not me, it's not my brain, it's not me, it's this thing that is telling me that I'm wrong, is that I'm doubting because of it. Now, you can't tell all your doubts to go away, you've got to find some, you know, reasonable ground of common sense. But I found that envisaging of like, no, you. You're not going to stop me doing anything. Because you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to go and do it, and I'm going to do it twice as hard. People say to me, how are you so determined? So many people would have quit doing all of this YouTube shit and everything by now, and yet you're still here making videos, and that is what it is. It's a belligerent defiance. I spent a lot of my younger years doing what I felt other people wanted me to do and not what I truly wanted to do. And I don't want to say anger, because it's not about actually getting anger, but it's like that determination, that frustration against this thing is what you use as your fuel to do what you have to do. If you, by the end of the day, prove yourself wrong, like, you know, doing something creative or at least productive is very useful. You know, if you feel like when you wake up, I can't get out of bed, I can't do anything, I don't want to, I just want to hide from this world, what you do is you choose to do something. If it's tidying your house, sorting out a room, going making something, doing something you've meant to do for a while, you go and you do it. And you use the fuel and the frustration to do that. And then at the end of the day, when you've proved yourself wrong, you start to believe, maybe this thing is lying to me. And you do that again. And you do it day after day after day. And after a while, you start to realise, that little in my head can go himself. I'm in control of me. Yeah, he can voice off every now and then, and it might start to affect me, but I will not let it get past a certain point. I just, no, stop. Now, this is incredibly hard to do, and I know a lot of people with depression and anxiety will say, that's just impossible for me to do, and I appreciate it is really, really, really hard. But you can do it. You just have to take that first step to prove to yourself that day, I did something. Okay, if it doesn't quite go to plan, choose something slightly simpler in that day. Choose something which isn't ridiculously, like, unachievable. You know, not like, oh, I have to make £1 million by the end of the day or I've failed. You know, even if it's just, I need to tidy up that spare room, and you do it. At the beginning of the day, it wasn't done. At the end of the day, it was done. You did something productive, even when your brain was telling you you couldn't and you shouldn't and you just should give up on everything. When those walls start closing down, just get so f***ing mad, well, not actually angry, frustrated, so motivated by it, that you just blast the f***ers away and kick your way out the wall if you have to. I can totally understand how some people get to a position in their life where they feel like they have no other choice than to do something pretty horrible. I hate the fact that I know what that feels like. I've never done it, because I've always had that thing in my head saying, no. No. Not now, not ever. I will fight my way through this life in my own way, and I will not be stopped. And that's basically it. This morning I woke up really anxious, didn't feel like doing anything, in a lot of pain in my leg, and then I just said to myself, no, enough's enough. You've got a few things to do today, get out of bed and get this stuff done. I mean, I was out of bed before 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't mean like, you know, like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, oh, it's time to get up. I was up at the crack. It didn't particularly help that the first thing I had to do this morning was call HMRC to sort out my tax return. Thankfully, I don't actually owe them any tax because I didn't earn enough, but I do owe them national insurance, which is going to cost me about 300 something quid, but whatever, fuck it. We're going to deal with it. Problems are getting solved today, I'm doing things. I normally don't make videos on this sort of mind, because I'm like, should I say that, should I not say that, I don't know. You know, and the thing is, you also think now, people just think you're mental, you know, but thankfully mental health awareness is becoming more, it's becoming much more mainstream, people are aware of it, but the thing is, I don't think anyone wants extra special treatment or some medal or badge for doing it. It's our problem to deal with. It's just, we want to share our story to help other people. Now, I'll be honest, since the mental health awareness stuff has been going on, the amount of people that I see claiming to have depression who are just a bit pissed off or a bit unhappy, you know, oh, I'm so depressed today. It's not depression. It's like saying it's like having a leg go to sleep and claiming you're paralysed. And depression and anxiety affects people in different ways. Some people can deal with it, some people can't. It's that fight that I have in me that's like, no. Whenever I get pushed up against it, that's when I turn the up and get stuff done. And I wish it didn't have to get to that point before my brain starts doing that, and I try and force myself to do it sooner. But this has been kind of a unique situation with my back and stuff. It's like, it's a real problem I can't do anything about. I'm really glad that it's not worse, but I just want to be able to work without being in a horrendous amount of pain. These use your indicators and not your hazards. That's basically what I wanted to say today. I just wanted to explain while it's going on what it is that I do to get myself out of the holes. How you deal with depression, you know, day to day, it's different for people, but we all get in holes. Sometimes it's a few hours, sometimes it's a couple of days, sometimes it can be months. I think you all know that I've been struggling for a while with it, but it's because it's related to real problems. I can't I'm not going to lie to myself and tell myself, oh no, everything's fine and peachy, you know, you can keep doing this forever. Woo, not a problem. Because that's bullshit. I have to hustle and work out new things before that could be the case. Now, I do want to say something here because I don't want to come across as a complete head. I know that the fact that I'm on YouTube does make things a bit easier for me. When I quit my job and things went wrong, people helped me out, and people helped me out continue to run this channel. People helped me out to get the tools, to make the clocks, to make myself more money. People helped me. I would not be here now if it wasn't for the help of the audience, of you guys, you're real people who are out there and decided to just help this guy. You've only ever watched these videos on the internet and thought they were kind of funny, and helped me out in amazingly generous ways, and I'm forever grateful for it. I just hope people respect the fact that rather than, you know, going down the patron only, or even though I had the PayPal peons, as I'm going to call it, the fact that I didn't just go and ask for people to help pay for me to do what I wanted to do. I went and made a business and I started making things with my hands that I then sold to people. It's the thing I hope the most. When I finally end up leaving YouTube, I hope people will remember me doing things the right way. And I know because of that support, that is something that has really helped me, which is, as I said at the beginning of this video, starting the videos partially was to help myself with depression and anxiety, just to get myself outside my shell. I could be me and not have to filter it, and people could, you know, I wouldn't meet these people in real life, it wouldn't matter. And that helped me grow as a person, and once I found acceptance through being me, I started to hate myself a little less. And as I say, not for a second do I want to pretend that having a YouTube channel, having that many supporting people who, you know, when the shit hits the fan, with the numbers that you have, can all just, you know, help that way that they have in the past with me. It's a massive thing to just know people have your back, and then they're not always going to have your back. I also have another little, like, comfort nugget, as it were, which is I know that I have 2 bikes. I can sell Derek, and that will give me some time, because it will give me some money. And having looked at Auto Trader, my God, the prices of DRZs are going up and up and up, like, really quick. I said this a while ago, I thought they were, and they really have. So that's kind of good, but it's not good if I'm selling now. But I'm not selling now, because I'm going to pull myself out of this hole. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say here is basically, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't listen to that voice. Tell it to piss off. And use that frustration as the fuel that you need to achieve things you need to achieve. Even if it's something small today, it could be something bigger tomorrow. I'll catch you next time. Okay, it's pretty late at night and I've just finished editing this video, and you know, I've made this video many times in the past and never uploaded it. I've edited it and got it to the point it was online, but didn't make it public, because I worry how people will take it. I worry that people will take it the wrong way, in the way that I sometimes see people talking about depression, and it seems like they're saying it to be trendy. And at the moment that definitely seems to be a thing, and I don't want people to take it that way. This is something I've been dealing with for 20 odd years, but I do want to try and help people with what I've learned. I know it's not easy, but sometimes you just need to hear it. Sometimes it could be someone on YouTube that's completely disconnected from you because you've realised a lot of what they're saying seems similar to what you think. Sometimes you have to go and speak to someone about it. It makes you no less of a person to have to deal with this stuff. Dealing with it day to day and still doing everything you need to do, going to work, it's a massive battle that many people don't talk about. So as I say, I just hope that people take this the way that it's meant and don't try and twist it into something else. Maybe that's the anxiety talking, maybe that's just 2018 for you, I don't know. But I hope this helps you. I'll catch you next time. This channel is made possible by the support of the audience. Please check out the links in the description and all the different ways you can help support the channel. Any help is greatly appreciated.